he said that if I don't give a tip, I'm not welcome here anymore.
We only make like $2 an hour. We work depends on tips.
But you can't force anybody to give a tip.
Well, then I cannot. I'm not going to service you because why am I here to bring you food?
That should be your manager. I mean,
no,
you
all
work.
Restaurants, we work.
You. I mean, but that's your manager.
Okay, let's just come back.
No, don't come back here anymore. Do not come back here, okay? You can get out.
I'm glad that you said that.
Mm-hmm.
This is Grand Bistro.
Yeah, you're so pretty and you fucking eat and you don't tip. That's horrible.
I mean, you can't force me to tip. You are choosing to work for $2 an hour. I'm not forcing you to serve. I'm not forcing you to serve me. I'm not forcing you to serve me. You're choosing to work here for $2 an hour. That has nothing to do with me. That doesn't have anything to do with me.
Okay, please go somewhere else.
And great, and you are being put on TikTok so that you can know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, don't worry about it. Go ahead.
I don't have to worry about it.
Go.
Thank you. Why in the fuck? I'm signing the check. The fucking manager comes up to me and he's like, are you gonna tip? Excuse me? First of all, rude as hell. Second of all, he was like, well, was the service and the food good? I was like, yeah, it was fine. Like, and he's like, well, if the service and the food is well done and you don't tip, then you can't ever come back here. Excuse the fuck out of me. Now I'm not giving you shit because who the fuck are you to come up to me and tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing? The fuck? I don't have to do shit. And they were like, well, you can get out. You're forcing me to feed you. You're forcing me to bring you food and you don't want to tip me. I'm not forcing you to do shit. You choose to work here. If you have a problem getting paid $2 a fucking hour, you need to go find you another motherfucking job. The fuck are you harassing customers for tips? And you're too pretty to not tip. I don't give a fuck. I don't owe you shit. And then what pissed me off is when a manager approached me, he didn't approach me respectfully. He approached me rude as hell. He approached me with an attitude. And to me, if you know that you're paying your workers $2 an hour, there should be gratuity or there should be a mandatory tip. And then both of those signs should be posted so that when people come in, they know that there's a mandatory tip. Not walk up to people and be harassing them for tips or forcing them to tip. And bitch, I don't want to come back here again. I don't have to worry about coming back here again. But the fact that you feel entitled to what's in my pockets is crazy. I don't have to give you shit. I don't owe you shit. And it's crazy to me that instead of you being mad at the motherfucker that you're working for, you're going to be mad at me as the customer. And what makes it so bad is when a lady hopped her ass out of bed this morning, she knew that she was going to be working for $2 an hour. And had the manager came up to me respectfully, I would have gave a tip. But what you're not finna do is think that you finna bully me. Fuck you.
All right, let's get into it. I do think the tipping culture has gotten out of control. I do think that. Everybody demanding a tip, want a tip. I'm seeing people asking for a tip even when I pick up my food, order online, go to the restaurant, pick it up. They want a tip, 15%, 10% for doing your job. I do think the tipping culture is way out of control. And I did multiple shows on this. However, I think if you select to go in a restaurant, sit down, and she didn't say she wasn't going to tip. She just said he walked over to her before she pretty much did tip and asked her, was she going to tip? Maybe she was calculating in her head or whatever before she written it down, and then it got out of control. Who knows what happened before this video started playing? But one thing I always tell people, first of all, I wouldn't have ate there anyway. It didn't seem like it was crowded in there. You know, if I walk in someplace and don't seem like it's crowded, I probably ain't gonna sit down, and I don't walk that many restaurants. I walk in, I'm like the only one in there, and one other person in there, especially in the heart of daytime, and nobody. Man, I get up out of there, bro. Several places I done did that. Where I live at, several places, I'm like, no, this ain't my vibe here. But my thing is, give a person an opportunity to tip, or she might have wrote zero on the thing and left cash on the table. You know what I mean? But I do see, I see her point and I see their point. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know what waitresses make. I really don't know. I heard they make a very low wage, like $2 an hour. I think that should go way up. And I'm with her. I'm with either adding gratuity on there, because you don't know a person's finances. You don't know. And that's why I do think this tipping culture has got out of control. Because I might not have it to give you 10% today. I might not. I might be on my last $5, and people are like, well, why you eating out? Because for a lot of times it's cheaper to eat out than cook with the prices of groceries. So, but one thing I did see my young lady do, too much going back and forth. I don't believe in going back and forth with you. I'm gonna say my piece, you say your piece. I'm just gonna get up and leave. You know what I mean? I always tell everybody that you gotta read the room. It would seem like it was multiple people in there too. A man heard a man's voice, I heard another female voice, and she was the only one in there. Anything could have transpired right there. You know what I mean? They could have jumped her, they could have accused her or something. Anything could. You say your piece, let them say their piece. I'm gonna walk out. She good said she recorded it for her safety, but at the same time, keep walking. Keep moving, man. You know what I mean? I ain't going back and forth with you, especially over my money. Now, it was $2 a tip. You work all day. That's about $16 a day on payroll. That is pretty low. You know what I mean? I think everybody should make a minimum of a living wage. You know what I mean? And I do think it's the restaurants' responsibility to pay their employees if they're gonna have waiters and waitresses there to serve their patrons. I do think that. Just go add a tip on the bill, be like, it's automatically 10% tip. Or this is my thing. I hate the tip life, so I'd rather just add 10% onto the food and don't add no tip and put that money toward the waitress. Give them a higher raise, and that way the tip is already included in the food. I hate getting the bill, then I got a tip, and then sign, you know what I mean? Just go ahead and put everything together for me. And then old girl was like, this going on TikTok. Who cares where it go? Who cares? You didn't show the name of the restaurant. Show the name of the restaurant, show the people. You know what I mean? If that was that bad, or show it. I'm just being honest, man. We have to stay out of places that we want. And then I heard a boy say, well, you can't come back here. From what I saw with her pic, when she was filming herself, the place was dirty as hell anyway. I wouldn't eat there. I always check the food score. Anyway, I check the food score before I go in a place, special place I don't know. And when I go in that place, I'm looking at what's their recent food score. Man, if you got under 90, I ain't eating that. I used to be like 93, but sometimes I do 90 after talking with one of my food inspector friends. You know, we'll ding them. They said they'll ding them for minor stuff, and that'll take them down to a 90. But anything, my food service friend said, man, anything under 90, don't eat at that place. So, yeah, you know, man, I ain't doing this. So, with that said, man, maybe you got sure, but what y'all think about the tip, man? Are y'all big on tipping? I am. I give a good tip for good service. I am a great tipper when it's great service. But you give me some piss poor service, I usually still leave a tip because that's their job. But I address them. Be like, hey, man, service could have been a little bit better. You would have got a bigger tip if you would have did this. Or when I first sit down at the table, I put my tip right here. But this is your potential tip, and I'm gonna take away every time you ain't on your game. So I'll show you a great tip up front. And I usually have great, so I ain't miss it. I missed one time by doing that service. But when I show them that tip money, my waiters and waitresses be on it. And I give it to them. So with that said, man, maybe y'all sure. Until next time, y'all be good. Shalom, everybody.